Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I share with you how I make this vegetable soup using 4 different types of vegetables. So to begin, I have my vegetable here. This is garden egg leaves. You guys know I use this vegetable a lot, and it's also known as a gbagba in Nigeria. And this is shoko. Someone recently asked me what's the English name of this vegetable and I don't know it. Please, if you know the English name of shoko, let me know in the comment section. I have the green vegetable, of course, and this is ugu vegetables, also known as pumpkin leaves. And that makes it 4 different types of vegetables. For the pepper mix, I have some scotch bonnet, bell peppers, and onions, of course. And this is for the meat. I have onions, ginger, and Cameroon pepper for the heat. Next, I go ahead to prep all the vegetables, and they are nicely prepped, washed, and clean. So this is the gbagba vegetable or the garden egg leaves. They are so very nutritious and it is good. I have the shoko vegetable, and I also have the green vegetable and the ugu vegetable. Some people also said they use different types of vegetables, like combining 7 different types of vegetables together. But today I am only sharing with you how to use 4 vegetables. And for the pepper mix, it has been coarsely blended like this, and this is the perfect consistency you should aim for during making a vegetable soup. The meat blend is also blended. I'll set that aside. And for the proteins, I have goat meat. It has been nicely washed. I'll keep that aside. I have some momo, also known as cow skin. And you cannot make vegetable soup without momo, right? I don't know if I'm right, but to me, momo, panla fish, they are essential in my soup. Okay, I have the diced onions, I have iru, I have the smoked and the boned panla fish, I have some dry prawns, I have some grinded crayfish, I have palm oil, I have salt and seasoning cubes, of course. And for the seasoning cube, I'll be using 2 different types of seasoning cubes. I have the crayfish seasoning and I have the beef seasoning as well. Now that all the ingredients have been nicely prepped, it's time to dive into the cooking. I grab my pot, and this is the biggest pot I have in this house. Now I'll be adding all the vegetables into the pot except one vegetable. You don't blanch that, you don't steam it, you just use it that way. I added all the vegetables just like that into the pot, and I'll cover it and put this on the fire to start steaming up. You can go ahead to slice the vegetables before adding it into the pot. It is the same thing. I just wanted to do it this way today because the vegetables are much and I don't want to do it in 2 batches. Now this is the ugu vegetable. You don't blanch this because this is the softest of all the vegetables I have ever known. It cooks in no time, so there is no need for you to blanch it. Now I'll go ahead to slice it into tiny slices as I can, and I'll set it aside. And once that is done, it's time for me to cook the meat. I'll add the goat meat into the pot, and I'll also add the pomo. They are already nicely washed, and I add in the meat blend and also added some salt and the crayfish seasoning, of course. You wonder why I use crayfish seasoning to cook the meat, right? I just wanted it like that. Now I'll cover this and bring this to a boil. So I checked on the vegetable and it has wilted beautifully. Look at that, it has reduced in size. Now I will just turn everything together and take it off the heat. I left it somewhere so it can cool down. You don't want to go in with it like that. It is so hot. I also checked on the meat and it has been steaming. So right now I'll combine it together and add a little bit water and just combine it together and cover it to continue cooking. And this was 10 minutes later into the cooking time. The meat is all nice and cooked. Now I will take that off the heat and it's time for me to fry the meat. You can grill it if you want, but I wanted it to release a lot more flavor into the oil, so I will be frying this for a bit just to give it a bit of texture, and I wanted the flavor inside the oil. And now the meat are all nice and golden brown, and it has releases a lot of flavors into the oil. I will take the out and set it aside. Next, I'll go ahead to add the diced onions and fry that for some minutes. Before going in with the locust beans, I'll fry this as well, and the flavors from this pot right now, because of the goat meat, the flavor was so intense. I'll combine everything together to fry for another 2 minutes. Now I'll combine it together and just look at that. It is so beautiful. Now I'll add in the seasonings and just let it melt in there and fry it together with the onions and the locust beans. Now I'll go ahead to add the dry prawns, the deboned panla fish, and combine it together to fry this into it as well. And oh my goodness, the flavor right here right now, if you have not been doing it this way before, please try it out this way. Fry your proteins in the oil before using the same oil to make your soup. It is so good. Now I added some of the grounded crayfish and combined that together, and I'll let this fry for some minutes. And so I'll add in the blended peppers and combine that together beautifully. And once everything is well combined, I also added some salt, just a little, because the riro also already have a lot of salt. Now I'll cover this and allow it to start cooking. The vegetables have already cooled down and it's okay for me to undo. Now I'll go ahead to slice that and set it aside. Now I check on the pepper base and it has been frying. The oil has started to flow to the top. I'll give this a good and quick stir and add in the fried proteins. Combine that together, and I'll also add some of the grinded crayfish and combine it together again. And I'll cover it so the proteins can absorb some of the goodness in the stew base. And this was 5 minutes later. It is so good, so looking good. And now combine everything together, and it's time to add the vegetables. I'll give that a good and quick combine and just mix everything together before going in with the fourth vegetable. That is the ugu vegetable, and that is it. Add this in and combine it together, and this was so good. Oh my goodness, just look at that. If you have not tried this kind of vegetable soup using different vegetables, please give it a try and let me know what you think about it. Because it was too thick, I added a little bit of the goat meat stock and covered this for like 3 minutes so it can steam together. And this was the 3 minutes later, the soup is done. I combined this together and it was so good. You guys, let me know in the comment section what swallow would you have with this soup. We have ours with pounded yam and it was so good. On this day, my hubby was around and he also joined me in the eating. And that was because we were actually very hungry. If you are still watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. This will enable you to get notified each time I upload a new video. And don't forget to click on the like button and also share this video with your friends and family. Thank you also so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.